Hi guys, and welcome to your Week 8 U.S. History launch, and we are going to continue the discussion of the Constitutional Convention Project, which we first started last week. So again, just to draw some attention to the PACE chart, which is found in the Google Classroom, we are now approaching Week 8, which puts us from October 10th to the 16th. And so if you are following along, that means that you should try to master that U.S. Constitution focus area by the end of the week, as well as submit checkpoint 1 and 2 of the Constitutional Convention project. That goes without saying that you also needed to complete everything prior to that too. So if you have not done the Revolutionary America focus area and the Mythbusters project, that would be a priority as well. Just a reminder, if you have not completed the History Mythbusters project, to make sure that you are trying to do that soon so that you can try to get back on pace with the rest of the group so that these launches actually make sense to you in the week that you're learning. But there is, when I post the slides, you can go in and these are active launches. So if you still need help with the Mythbusters project, you can go in and learn information about checkpoint 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as some information about argumentative claim, point of view and purpose, and the Revolutionary America focus area. So you can go in and click on those links to go back and watch old launch videos. We are moving on to the Constitutional Convention project. The essential questions of this project are: what issues did the Founding Fathers debate during the convention? Which issues were the most controversial and why? And what can the debates during the Constitutional Convention tell you about the Founding Fathers and the formation of the U.S. Constitution? So these are all the main ideas that we're going to try to learn about in your discovery of this project and whenever we present it in the Flipgrid at our own Constitutional Convention. So checkpoint 1, we talked about that in more detail last week, but that is what it looks like for now. Remember that when you're starting checkpoint 1, you need to message me first and get permission to use that particular delegate because I'm not going to allow more than one person to choose one delegate so that we have more representation. So this is on a first come, first served basis. And really, so far, the only delegates that have been chosen are George Mason and William Pierce. So those two, if you are watching and you have not started checkpoint 1 yet, message me with who you'd like to choose, but it cannot be one of these people. This image here on the right is one that was turned in for George Mason. It's a really, really, really good job for checkpoint 1. So this is exactly what we're expecting. This person clicked into the resource, read about George Mason and his views on the issues, and then she just outlined what she viewed George Mason's beliefs were on slavery as well as the Constitution. And notice she's kind of role-playing. She's writing from the viewpoint of George Mason. So that is what should be happening when you complete checkpoint 1. Checkpoint 2 is completing the talking points graphic organizer. And I'd like to go into that now to show you guys a little more. So when you're in there, you want to make sure that you type on this line the role that you're playing, so that is which delegate you chose. And then what you're going to do is you're basically going to be picking 2 of these that you're going to address during the debate. So you do not have to look up information about all of these. You just need to pick 2, and it's telling you that you need to highlight them. So whatever 2 you would like. So if you want to do the small states versus large states, you come up here and you click the highlight tool and highlight it whatever color you want. Okay, so that's how you highlight. You want to make sure you're highlighting 2 of those. You're going to remember your claims and subclaims must be based on your assigned rule, not your opinion. You will have the opportunity to state your opinion at the end of this project. So you're receiving information and feedback on argumentative claim and counterclaim. So what you will do is just, you're going to use these resources over to the side to help you complete this assignment. So whatever 2 you chose up here, these are the 2 that you're going to fill in these 2 boxes. And then for each one, you're going to say, what is your position? Again, from the viewpoint of the delegate. Clearly state your position on that issue, and also be sure to explain why that is your viewpoint. Then you need to, that's your claim, whatever you put in this one. Your counterclaim is going to be what other people say, what the naysayers say. So what would the other people in that debate, if you felt that slavery should happen, if your delegate says that slavery is a good thing, and what would the other people say that slavery is a bad thing? So what would be their response to you saying slavery is a good thing? So you're basically just summing up the other person's perspective. And then your counterclaim is basically your rebuttal to the other person. So why is your position stronger or more true than the other side's position? So that's what you would write in here. Again, you're using these resources over to the right side to help you with that. Also, if you need help with the cognitive skills, you are being graded on argumentative claim and counterclaim. So you can click in here, and this kind of guides you of exactly what you're supposed to be doing to get a grade level score, which you guys would need to have at least a 3 on these. So also just one more thing I want to point out with the Constitutional Convention focus area, make sure you are clicking into this introduction materials, and I really highly recommend clicking on this study guide. Print it out if you have a printer. If not, you should be typing on here as you go. But this would be, this is view only, so all you'd have to do to type on it is click File, make a copy, and then that becomes your copy, which you'll be able to type on. So for example, when you're working through Objective 1 resources, you would be looking for the Articles of Confederation weaknesses. So then you would type in this box, what were the Articles of Confederation, what were their weaknesses, and then what is shared power, what is the Great Compromise. So just kind of typing, and it breaks it down for you based on objectives, okay? And again, those objectives you want to be clicking into, and this is where those resources are that will help you fill out that paper. All right, so any questions on checkpoint 2 this week, please reach out, send me a hangout or an email, let me know that you're having some trouble, and I will create a little video and walk you through. So to do for Tuesday, October 16th, you should be trying to master the U.S. Constitution Content Assessment. You need to be messaging me with your preferred delegate. Again, you cannot choose William Pierce or George Mason. So far, it's fair game as to who you pick, anything else. And then you also want to work to submit checkpoint 1 and 2 of the project, which we just went over.